What's going on, Dunces family? Here's another episode of the Dunces Podcast here with myself, Jay, and the other guys are not here today. It is just me as the consistent Dunce, right? I guess that's what it is. But we got our friend Jerry here, a good friend of mine. Jerry, what's going on, bro? Tell us a little bit about yourself. Who's your team?
So I'm a big Knicks fan. I've been a Knicks fan since I was a kid. So yeah.
It's depressing. Yeah, no, that's my boy Jerry. One of the best ballers I know from out here. So we wanted to just sit down, talk a little bit about what's going on around the league. But first and foremost, we really want to get into the New York Knicks. There was a trade proposal, not a proposal, but there was a trade scenario that I saw, and I want to get your take on it. I believe it was Bobby Marks or Zach Lowe who mentioned it on NBA Today. I don't know. It was a few months ago, though, where they said, they trade Alec Burks, Evan Fournier, and Kemba Walker for Russell Westbrook. Now, okay, before you get it, I just want to analyze this real quick. So, on the Lakers side, right, you get three guys for the price of one guy who has not been working for your team. You get Kemba, who, sure, he's washed, but could come off your bench because LeBron is basically your point guard. You're bringing in two guys you can automatically plug into your starting lineup in Burks and Fournier. You got a nice squad there. And all you had to give up was Russell Westbrook, who has not been playing too well for them, right? And on the flip side of things, in New York, you get a Russell Westbrook-type talent, a man that has, second half of the season, Russ, is MVP Russ, because he averages a triple-double. He plays defense. I mean, it's not like he doesn't do that before. It's just now he does it on a more consistent basis, and he plays with so much heart and energy. I'm not saying he is Kobe, rest in peace to the Mamba, but he has a Kobe type mentality where he'll give it his 110% every single time he's on the court. Would you have been happy with a trade like that? Give me yes or no, and why?
So I'm glad you reminded me that trade. I would have been okay with it. So yes.
Interesting. Wow. Okay. So tell me why.
So Russell Westbrook. I mean, the only issue with him was his contract.
Right.
He getting paid too much. But another guy that I feel like would fit in Thibodeau's coaching style, he doesn't really play defense. That he's not a bad defender, but everything else, man, he makes everybody around him better. Look at what he did with Oklahoma.
Right.
And we have good players in the Knicks. We just need that. Like, we need a point guard that can just take over. And Russell is that player that can break defense. And he's, pass first point guard.
Yeah.
In my opinion, he likes to pass the ball first, even though he's gonna get his.
He's gonna get his, yeah.
But he's gonna get his 10 assists. So yeah, that would have been a good, and the hype, this guy just, let's say, getting a steal, break, dunking, getting the fans all riled up, I think that would have been a great trade.
Yeah, I agree, because
it definitely would have hurt us later on, money wise at least.
Right.
But,
well, I could see that, but I also I would see that mainly if they offered him a contract like right after this season, because if you think about it, he really only has another year left in his deal because he has one player option, and that's coming up off season. So in the year 2023, he's actually off your books, right? No, not 2023. I'm sorry. 2023. Yeah, because it's this season.
Yeah, 2023.
So 2023, he's off your books unless you want to re-sign him, right? So it's not really that much of a hit that you guys would take, and he'd bring more, like you said, that energy. And you mentioned it yourself. Knicks fans are, they're wild, right? Like they love. That's one of the loudest arenas in the NBA, right? So having a player like Russ with so much animation and so much heart, he's somebody. And I basically want to ask you, do you think he's somebody that could thrive in a situation like that? Because he played in OKC, not a really loud market. He played in Houston, not that loud market, except for playoffs, but he played there in the bubble. And in Washington, also, it was COVID season. So do you think he would have been a player that could fit into that Knicks ambiance, I guess?
Yeah, I feel like he would have. I mean, it's the same as LA. He's not really thriving over there.
Not at
But
all.
you got LeBron,
Right.
there, you got Anthony Davis, and Russell's career. And I hear this a lot from Max Kellerman. The first season and a half, he doesn't really play that well.
He
It's
doesn't.
the
Not at all.
second half of the season. You
Yep.
get another type of Russell Westbrook. So yeah, man, I think it would have been a great pickup. It would have definitely been a great pickup, and I think it would have helped RJ too. You know,
Mm.
but here's the thing: like that trade would have been great. But the problem with the Knicks is we're either going young, we're either trying to make it to the playoff or just tank. Like
Hmm.
like play the young guys. So it's like
Right.
if we would have done that, that means all these young guys they're gonna eventually get traded because
Yeah.
you're not gonna get Russell Westbrook just to
Just to have him.
play. Yeah,
Right.
you're not gonna do that. Like you're gonna want to make a push to the playoffs and try to make it to the finals. You're gonna need a different piece with that. You can't Westbrook and Randall. You can't do that. And but RJ, he's a great player, but he still has, he's still in development. In my opinion,
Yeah.
I would have loved it, but I'm
Yeah.
more the let the young guys play.
Right. And